Oh, we did it. That's like that. Easy recorded. Well, we're at 21. We're 3 weeks in, dude. And
Yep.
Saeed's third time in. Once a week, as you guys can tell. Every Sunday we have Saeed. Thank you, Saeed, for coming on today. Oh, look at that background, Saeed. Oh, I love your background. You have like a Lebanese flag. All right, nice. It's so close to you. I thought it was farther away.
No, here's
يا سعيد انت كيفك اليوم؟ Oh, or how are you today?
I'm good. I'm good.
You're good.
Going to stuff. Getting stuff done.
Getting stuff done. All right. All
Yeah.
right.
What about
What do you mean? I'm doing good, dude. Have you heard the news this week? Have you heard
you?
any updates you want to tell
Wait,
me
what
about?
news?
I don't know. You tell me. Any updates you want to tell me about?
Well, I don't know if you're watching what's going on in Lebanon, but it's hitting the fan again.
What is that? Yeah, I mean, it's like again, as in, what's up?
So now the protests are like back to like full effect in a way. You could
Hmm.
say they're closing down roads and highways and stuff like that. Like the other day, I think on Thursday,
Hmm.
I was trying to go to Beirut at night, but the highways were closed. Like completely, they're burning tires and stuff. I somehow was able to reach Beirut, but not through
That's
unconventional.
crazy. Yeah, and it's like the everyday, yani? Well, like sometimes.
And mainly, the protests are occurring in downtown. So, but in the beginning, they were occurring on highways in مثلا بجلد الديب, on the way to the north, and also in GA towards the south.
Okay, and they're protesting what the
Well,
economy. Hmm.
the what's it called? The Lebanese pound, the exchange rate between the Lebanese pound and the dollar became 7,000 Lebanese pounds.
Yes, and it was 1,500 a couple months ago. Last year,
So
this time last year. Well, this time last year, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
and the thing is, it was 5,000 2 days ago. So it went up by 2,000
that's a
in
lot.
2 days. Yeah.
I mean, that's like if you think about it, 1,500 to like seven. That's like quadruple, right? So like if you had like $100 in the bank, now you have $25 in the bank. Kinda is
It's
what's
almost even
happening.
times five.
Hmm?
It's almost just more
Uh,
5 times.
oof. Yeah. All right. Why is I don't know if you know. It's like, what is protesting gonna do about it? You get what I'm trying to say? It's like who's really isn't it all black market stuff that's going on?
Not no, not exactly. The thing is, the reason why they're protesting is because they gave time for the new government to try to do something,
Hmm.
but it's not working out. I've been doing some research on the matter, and it goes. I think it runs a little deeper.
Hmm.
Like
I mean,
there is a bit of, in a way, foreign interference, in my opinion.
oh, USA, USA! Oh my God, what's going on? Yeah,
In a
yeah.
way,
What do you? If all right, give us your full conspiracy theory. No one's just me and you today. Ali's doing his
uh,
exams. Said, what's your conspiracy theory? Adi, go for it.
conspiracy theory. It's an actual thing where the USA is placing more sanctions on Lebanon as a result of the existence of Hezbollah in Lebanon.
I see.
Yeah.
All right.
So one
Mhm.
of the things that they're doing is they're trying to hinder the what's called the loan that we're trying to receive from we're asking for from the IMF. And
I see.
on top of that, they wanna, what's it called? I heard that recently, I it was Congress. I think they passed a bill where they wanted to reduce the amount of funding they provide the Lebanese armed forces, which is the
You mean
Lebanese army.
Lebanese? Sorry, Lebanese Congress, right?
No, U.S. Congress.
The U.S.
They passed
Congress. Hmm.
they passed the bill because the U.S. like they fund the Lebanese army with like around 160 million a year, I guess, or something
Why
like
does
that.
the U.S. government have to pay the Lebanese army? I don't understand. What's the?
Because
We're
we're
broke,
pretty, yeah, you could say so.
but I don't like. I don't understand what happened and how. Yeah, like you
The
just need.
plan
Mhm.
the plan was that they would support the army because after the Lebanese army is not strong,
Mhm.
even in the past and right now. So in their opinion, they said they would support the Lebanese army and put pressure on the government
Mm-hmm.
to disarm Hezbollah
Mm-hmm.
by supporting the Lebanese army.
Mm-hmm.
Say, and their argument is because one of the arguments that Hezbollah has is if you disarm us, then Lebanon won't have a defensive force.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 'cause they consider themselves as the defending force for Lebanon
Mm-hmm.
because the army is weak.
Mm-hmm.
So the U.S. is trying to support the army and make them stronger,
Mm-hmm.
so that they can
I
later on
see. Mm-hmm.
Hezbollah. But that's not working
It's
because
not working. So they're like, well, we're not giving you guys any more money. I see. I see. Yeah.
yeah,
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Whoa. Okay. So you think, well, but you don't think like the U.S. is like part of like stirring the pot of this whole thing, right? You think it's just that they sanctioned. I mean, Lebanon sanctioned in a lot of ways because of the presence of Hezbollah, right?
yep.
Okay, I see. Right. But then, what I don't get how protesting is going to bring the dollar back. You get what I'm trying to say? It's like you're protesting against who?
They're protesting against the government that is backed by the political groups. Understand? Get my point? Like they don't want a government that's backed by the current political parties. They want a government that is completely independent. Like for example, the current government, but run by
It's still.
Hassan Diab,
Mhm.
was never supported in the first place by the people.
You mean Hassan Diab?
Yeah, Hassan
Yeah.
Diab.
Okay. Okay. That wasn't. Yeah. Never fully supported. And
Yeah, by the
then
Hassan, it's Hassan. Like
Hassan. Okay. Oh, I see. Hassan. All right. Let's go. Diab. Let's go. تمام.
that's why. So
Okay.
want
Mm-hmm.
I guess they just want like independent, technocratic, not not polycratic, whatever. I don't know, forgot the
I
term.
know. Yeah. Not like people who are qualified in what they do, like people in working environment who are qualified environment, people who working in economics who are like smart economics people, as opposed to like political leaders, right?
Yeah, the current people are technically somewhat technocrats, but
Mm-hmm.
they are politically affiliated. So they're the term was given to them, I think, polycrats or something similar along the lines,
Mm-hmm.
basically saying that they are technocrats that are
Uh,
they are
so they,
they were placed by political parties.
well, they don't look like they have any skills, right? I don't know. I've not seen what
No, no,
what
some,
are,
but like they're not they're doing it obviously whatever they're going to do because they're politically affiliated. Whatever they're going to do is going to be in favor of the political parties that they
all right. Isn't it in favor of everybody for Lebanon to have electricity, for example? Right? Why hasn't that not been able to get done in like
not in favor
decades?
of the people who run the generator businesses.
I see. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah. And who runs those generator business? I don't know if you know this, but like, I don't know.
Who's
If, yeah,
no,
who's run?
but I guess it could be just you could say the mafias in Lebanon.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. طب وبعد okay وبعدين I really don't, you know what I mean? I feel like these political leaders do not care if millions of people protest, you know what I mean, on the streets. They really don't care. Or because they don't care if people have electricity or not. So why do you make you think they care if you're rioting? You know what I
I
mean?
mean, picture this, man. Like, imagine. Okay, so everyone obviously knows how Trump is.
Yeah.
Now multiply him by like five and give him a political party.
Yes,
So
and then have him fight himself. Just like, yeah, 10 different Trumps fighting himself. Yeah, that'd be, yeah.
you
Each
know,
person's like selfish and yeah, trying to make money out
yeah.
of it. Mhm.
Actually, one of the things that they do, these political leaders, is like during the election times. Well, one of the things they do to make people vote for them is because some people don't vote for them because they like them. They vote for them because they feel they're better than others,
Mhm.
which is a big
So that's
difference.
like, wait,
Big
like
difference.
religiously is what you mean, like sectarianism, or like politically?
Let me say my full point.
Yes.
So uh, let's imagine. Okay, so for example, okay, you're a Muslim in Lebanon, and specifically a Shia. So would you rather vote for someone of the same who has the same faith or belief as you, and who claims that he will defend you specifically as a Shiite, uh,
Yes.
or would you vote for someone who is a Christian and like insults and like says that he's against people who are other Shia, who are Shia?
Hmm.
You know, like
No.
that's what happens. You know, there's this game of basically people insulting each other and like verbally assaulting each other, so that they can make the others hate them, so that they go vote for the what's it called, the political party that says that they will defend them.
Hmm.
And deep and like under the table, this is all like practiced and choreographed. uh
Like they're all like, yeah, they all like know about it, right?
exactly.
Like all teams are kind of on the same because they're all benefiting from it, right? This corruption
Exactly.
and yeah. Hmm. I mean, it's really is crazy how like Lebanon still doesn't have electricity. That is something that is like you'd assume. I really don't know like what is the solution to something like that, right? You just need a new government entirely to fix all these problems.
And that we do have electricity. That's not the issue. The issue is it's not is the people who are working in the what's it called, in the department of electricity, and how it's inefficient. So, for example, we have like around four uh, we have four power plants that can provide electricity for Lebanon. We only need a maximum of two, maybe even one,
Really?
to power the whole country at 24/7
Wait,
electricity.
wait, 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 Said, what's happening? Wait, so you have four, we only need one. Okay,
So,
but then, yes.
okay, think of it this way: everything,
Oh my God. Yeah,
everything in Lebanon has to be divided equally. That's about it for everything.
that's
Every
communism. That sounds like communism. Communism to me.
no,
Yeah.
no, 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 not communism. It's more of like a what's it called? What's the one when there's multiple monopolies?
Oligarchies.
Yes, an oligarchy.
Hmm.
It's an oligarchy.
Hmm. The
So what happens?
Republic of Lebanon. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically it is an oligarchy, but instead of like private companies and private sectors taking over, it's more of like uh,
Militias or private political parties. Hmm.
exactly. So for
Hmm.
example, one of the what the power plants is in a Christian area, and one power plant is in a Shia area,
Okay.
and that's why there's four power plants instead of one.
Okay. What I don't, why don't people just storm instead of like storming like downtown? Why don't they just like storm the freaking power plant and just demand people get electricity? You know what I mean? It's like what is stopping? I understand it's like people are making money off of generators, but they're not making money because people can't afford to pay generators. And so I like why don't people just storm electricity power plants?
Now the thing is, this is something that people should do.
Hmm.
And for example, after the riots that occurred a couple of days ago, where they started destroying shops in the downtown, people started saying, why don't you go to the houses of
The
politicians
politicians. Hmm.
and like protest there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I, I don't understand the mentality of these protests. Like, why do they protest and why do they have to riot? But I guess you could say the same thing, for example, in the U.S.
Hmm.
Like they protest over there, and they're also breaking public property and stuff like that,
Hmm.
and they're rioting.
I feel like the U.S. is just that people will react and listen. You know what I mean? It's just that what happened was when people started rioting, the government was like, "Whoa, stop it," and then slow down. Okay, we'll make changes, and a bunch of laws were introduced. Right now, we have like a bunch of laws against like that were defunding the police in different areas. New York cut 1 billion in funding to police and redistributed it, and then a bunch of laws like Brianna's law stop police officers from knocking on doors and chokeholds are banned, etc. But I feel like in Lebanon, the more you destroy, the more it's not gonna like the politicians aren't affected at all. The only people who are getting affected are the people, and the
Yeah, that's the
politicians
problem.
don't care about the people.
The
Hmm.
people are. It's the same thing around the world. People are going to react the same way when they're protesting.
Hmm.
Eventually, they're going to become violent and they're going to start breaking stuff. They can't
Mm-hmm.
help themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, you said in the U.S. people reacted. Well, that's what the Lebanese are trying to do in Lebanon. In Lebanon,
Yeah.
they would literally. And I have a feeling at a certain point, eventually, we're going to reach the stage where we will tear the country down just so that the politicians will finally leave.
Oof. And that's what it's gonna take for is that
We,
what
we,
is that how you
they
see
have
it? Hmm.
they have to be stopped. That's somehow.
So wait, so they're still aren't they like officially out right now? They're not in power? Well, are they still in power?
No, no, everyone's they're still ever. Who are you speaking about
All
specifically?
right, let's go with freaking Saad Al Hariri, right? Example. He got cancelled in the
Yeah,
previous protest. They put Hassan Diab Mahallo. What
let,
happened?
let- that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, some of them might lose their positions,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't lose their influence.
Mm-hmm.
They don't lose their like their not their physical position, like power of authority. They might lose that, but they still have a presence.
I know what you mean. And like the people who listen to them will still listen to them regardless.
Exactly.
And aren't those people tired of not having electricity either? Or have is that's what I also don't understand. Yeah.
That's
Mm-hmm.
that's what happened with the revolution. Like people started changing their minds, but the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, you need everyone to change. You can't have massive groups still supporting these political parties.
And that's what's still happening, right? From what I
Yeah,
hear, like from when I read that, like they're trying to bring back these political parties, like whatever these different groups are sending their people into the streets to create more chaos, so that they,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Like
yeah, what,
they send their supporters um, to go down and like protest and then when they go down and protest they start saying random stuff, like they start insulting other political leaders
mhm.
and instead of actually,
Like joke, troll protesting, Anjad.
yeah, you could say something
Oh
like
my
that.
god. Oh my god. Yeah. Hmm. I know what
I
you
mean,
mean. Hmm.
it's just, and then you see the politicians, some of them like chatting on Twitter and saying like, yes, we're with the protesters, we support it, but we have to calm down, we shouldn't loot and destroy.
Hmm.
And then you see them, then you see their bank accounts that over the years have been increasing at a very like
Yes.
extreme
Hmm.
rate.
Extreme rate, especially recently. Hmm. They're
what
stealing
what
money. Mhm.
people are gonna how are the people gonna feel about that?
All right. I'm just trying to. I just really don't know what. I know it's a really rough time right now. What is
Mm.
so? What is like? What are the possible solutions forward? Like I don't know. If, like what are the directions?
Solutions.
I mean the directions it can go. I'm sure it can get very bad. I'm consuming things can like get better soon, right?
Well, that's the thing, because like
What is it
right,
depending on? Hmm.
right now I really feel the major influencer in Lebanon from the political parties is Hezbollah, mainly because they have the military presence, and they have the support of a lot of people in the country, and they have some powerful allies in political authorities, and sorry, positions of authority, which include the Speaker of Parliament and the President himself.
All right. Yeah. And
So
so what are you saying? So like if these guys leave, then there'll be room for a new Lebanon.
obviously, yeah, for
Yes.
sure.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
But the
All
thing,
right.
but the thing is, it's not. That's
It's not
yeah,
that simple.
Hezbollah is
Yeah.
not gonna allow it to happen,
Yeah.
especially as long as they have support from outside.
And they will always have support from outside. Okay.
Or that's how it's being shown.
It's like it's so complicated, but it's also so simple. It's like you have all these electricity power plants. Just literally give us power. That's it. I don't, you know what I mean? Like just basic, simple. Yeah, give us that. Because
Yeah.
I don't know. I know. Yeah. Okay. All right. Wow. Well, that's I can't think about that too much anymore. What else is what else is on the news side? What else? What else is on the
Talking
news?
about it hurt my head.
Hmm?
Talking about it hurt my head. That's
It's no, but it's like it's well, at least now I can kind of like see like where we're at, and it's it's very confusing and muddling, and hopefully, I don't know.
there's
Hmm.
there's so many points that can be talked about, but like it's I don't think it's enough for one episode.
What a back down with a whole season of episodes just talking about the
Yeah,
different corruptions. Well, I guess it's like, but I feel like it's all the same thing, right? It's just like if you want to go in any like whatever the environmental problems in Lebanon, that's also because of corruption and like people making money off of it, right? If you want to go to the economics aspect of it, right? It's the same thing. But at the same time, I'm trying to think like how does a country work when you have people that just you know what I mean? It's like, is it really the government that has all that power to do everything? Yeah, I guess so. If they're gonna, mhm.
who's the one who runs the country?
Well, they're not even running the country. Yeah, so yeah, someone independent should go do it. Okay,
Yep.
yes. Until then, all right. Let me go to Reddit. Here, Reddit will make us feel better. Saeed, look at this. All right, all news, U.S. and international.
Oh God.
Okay, Hispanic man dies after being shot by certain police officer. Nice. Oh,
Investigate.
you hear? All right. Okay, I don't know if you heard about this news, but SpongeBob's gay now. SpongeBob,
What?
LGBTQ. LGBTQ. No offense to any of the LGBTQ community, but I'm trying to understand this also. Okay, so SpongeBob is okay. Let's see what else we have here. He is. See, I saw this post,
Crazy.
but I don't understand. Okay, guess what is his sexuality? If you were to guess what SpongeBob in this LGBTQ world his sexuality is, I still haven't been able to find out.
I mean, is he and Patrick doing something like?
I really don't know. I think like they say he's LGBTQ, and then
Wait,
that's it. They don't say like
well, it was like, wasn't it like, what's it called? Gay Pride Month or
yeah. Right
something
now,
like.
this is gay pride. Is like gay pride month.
Yeah, okay, maybe
Celebrating pride,
that's the
sure, man.
reason.
Yeah, SpongeBob, we stand a queen who wears coral blue. Our queen. Um. Oh, SpongeBob's gay. There you go. Oh, he's not gay. I think he's just asexual. Oh well, whatever makes him happy. What else?
He is a sponge, so
He is a sponge. Yeah, he has all the holes. Okay.
he has a lot of holes.
Okay. PS5 news. I don't know if you heard about this side. I don't know if you're excited about this.
Yeah, I heard about it. I didn't watch the reveal, but I heard a lot about it and I saw a lot of the memes.
Look at that. That looks so
Interesting.
sick.
Honestly, it does look amazing. I
Yeah.
know a lot of people like shitting on it by saying it looks like a router and stuff like that, but I mean, I'd like to have that as a router, that's for sure.
Dude, what do you mean? It looks like freaking from the future, dude. It looks like a console from the future, is what it is. Let's see. PS5
No,
meme.
it's a sick router, man. Honestly, like it probably make my Wi-Fi it probably be better than NASA's Wi-Fi.
Well, when 5G comes in, I know when 5G will come to Lebanon, but when 5G comes in, it'll be so fast. Look at that. Whoa.
Oh.
Oh, look at this. It really is like a Wi-Fi router. It's funny.
That's a PS2.
The Pringles one. There you go. Oh,
Oh
that's
God,
great.
look at the picture of the building.
Oh, the
It's just
building? Yeah.
yeah, look at
Oh,
it.
it does look like a building. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Hey, congrats to PS5. That looks kind of sick. Have you ever played this game, Detroit?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. I love that game.
It's really good.
It's really good. It makes me listen. Playing that game, Detroit, makes me feel like I want to go back to Lebanon. No, I know that Lebanon, and the whole world's gonna become so far advanced that this technology is gonna eat us alive. And then Lebanon, by the time it catches up, you know what I mean, we'll be like in a safer spot, right? I don't know when we'll have 5G in Lebanon. I don't know if you know about that.
I haven't heard.
Yeah, we're still on. We even have 4G. Are we still on 3G? 4A. Nice. Next
I
level.
play Warzone on 4G sometimes.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. That's fast. Okie dokie. All right. Yeah. So that was on the news. You hear about J.K. Rowling? I don't know
Oh,
if
okay.
you hear about what happened with her.
No, what happened?
She got canceled.
For what?
Here, I'll show you. Listen, we're not trying to offend anybody. We're just trying to talk about my friend Saeed in Lebanon does not know about what happened with J.K. Rowling.
Wait,
J.K.
what
Yes.
account?
You know her? J.K. You know who she is? J.K. Rowling?
Of course I know her.
Okay. She made the Harry Potter books. Apparently not
Bro,
anymore.
don't teach me. I've read some of the books and I've watched all the movies.
Okay, but she's what now? Yeah, people with Harry Potter tattoos asking what now? Okay, let's see what people are gonna do now.
But wait, what was cancelled? I don't get it. What was
So
cancelled?
J.K. Rowling as a figure, people don't like her anymore because I'm
Oh,
trying to find. She tweeted something
the
basically. Essentially, what happened? She
movie
tweeted.
or something.
She tweeted something. I want to show you the exact tweet that got her like flagged. Yeah. I don't know why they're not showing it to us. Okay, I'm just gonna Google tweet J.K. Rowling. Yeah, it was. This was one of the strangest, like, um, like everyone. She tweeted one thing, and then now she's like going crazy. I'm trying to find this tweet. All right. Hey, Harry Potter, the land of the free, the home of the brave. Ya Allah. All right, I'm just gonna go on images. Maybe images has this. There we. Okay, somewhere here.
Oh yeah, top left.
Top
Or like
left. Yeah. Oh, this is the whole freaking.
yeah,
Oh
yeah, just
my God.
I can't read.
Woman. Basically, she did a bit about it. Oh, now she keeps tweeting. Okay, basically, what happened is, I think she took down these tweets and took them off the internet. Probably that's what's happened. That's
What were
woman.
they about then?
Yeah, basically, what happened is like someone. Okay, yeah, she definitely took it down. All right, basically, what happened was,
No, no, wait. Isn't this one accused of transphobia?
yeah, all
Or
right,
is
I'm
it?
just gonna show you some of the other ones. All right, I'll show you one of these. Man,
Yeah,
this is
click on
not the
this.
one.
Like,
This is not the one that like really got her in trouble. Okay, basically what she said was there was an article saying about it said like people who menstruate should be taken care of during COVID. And then J.K. Rowling was like, people who menstruate, do you mean women? Basically, she said that. She retweeted that. And then all of like you gotta remember that her main fan base are all like LGBTQ, a lot of liberals, like she was in the past, she's been talking about like she's very anti-Trump, she's very like liberal, very like pro-feminist, whatever. And now the tables have turned side. Now that basically she tweeted out that women menstruate, basically. And then people were saying, not all people who menstruate are women, and not all women menstruate, which I guess is true. I guess not all women menstruate. But then she was like, okay. She retweeted with this. She thought this was going to save her ass, but she was like, if sex isn't real, there's no same sex attraction. If sex isn't real, the lived reality of women globally is erased. I know and love trans people, but raising the concept of sex removes the ability of many to meaningfully discuss their lives. It doesn't hate to speak the truth. Basically, this is what she said. And then after that, I mean, you know how like it's just cancel culture. It's like the same way they cancel anyone. They're like, you know what I mean? It's like the whole internet's against them. No one's gonna buy their books. No one's gonna watch their movies. No one's gonna, you know what I mean? Like everyone hates them. Technically, they're now a public enemy. Basically, same thing they did with. I'm trying to think. Aziz Ansari. I don't know if you heard about the Aziz Ansari story.
I
Saeed?
didn't.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll tell you what happened. This was a couple years back. Basically, I mean, we should invite a woman to talk about something like this. But basically, what happened was, um, he went on a date with a girl,
yeah.
and then he brought her back to his place, and then he wanted to have sex with her. She didn't want to have sex with him, and then a couple days later, she like posted how like Aziz Ansari like pushed her or like didn't read her signals, for example, right? And then that led to him being like, everyone's like, "What the fuck?" Aziz Ansari articles were bringing in about Aziz Ansari's like sexist. This was during like the Me Too movement, and I get there are like some guys that are horrible that rape and like do a lot of evil things to women, like molest and take advantage of women, right? Okay, but like it's like if you go on a bad date and then after that you're like, well, this guy did something to me, you know what I mean? And then like without any actual like physical harm or any evidence, right? At what point does this stop? If women are listening, dude, guys, we just we really don't want to get in trouble. First of all, in public. Two, we just want to. I don't know. We're like a lot of guys are reasonable people that won't like you just talk to us and we'll be fine. Don't go tweet about us afterwards. I swear. Love you guys. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't want to get canceled. I'm trying not to get canceled. I said a bunch of things that could get me canceled. I'm not trying to get canceled. If you cancel me because of saying this, that's also goes to show how you guys are. How the people who would tweet me are crazy. I'm just gonna say that. Aside.
All I want to say is maybe the Western world they should learn something. I feel like maybe they should stop being oversensitive about anything that occurs in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to say anything wrong,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to talk about anyone in a bad way, but I feel like specifically the American people, you guys have like a very overly sensitive people over there, where like anything that occurs with them, and this is honestly the social media is like push this outward, so like anything that would occur with anyone, whether it be a simple misunderstanding, they want to project their emotions about how they felt about that misunderstanding in public. Mainly for, honestly, this is in my opinion, mainly for attention seeking reasons. And
confused with civil rights. So that's the problem. A lot of the problem is that like you're like, I'm doing something important by saying J.K. Rowling is evil, right?
Yeah.
But then it's like, what are you actually doing? You're putting something on your Instagram story that's gonna leave in like 24 hours. Are you really adding something to humanity by doing that?
Well, that's the thing, with Twitter, it's a different story because like it stays there, and people actually get stopped for that stuff. For example, Kevin Hart's two tweets that stopped him from hosting the Oscars.
That's also what I was thinking of. Yeah. Yeah. Two tweets that from 10 years ago, right? And then
exactly.
Yeah.
Which is an annoying thing. Like, why do they have to bring the past of someone just to ruin his present? Now, tweets are basically just someone expressing his opinion. There's a reason why Twitter is not really censored, because it's allowing freedom of speech.
They don't want that. I don't know if you understand that.
That's the thing. You guys like push you have a pedestal for the First Amendment. I think it's the First Amendment for freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. Life for liberty and justice and freedom of speech.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm a Lebanese, and I can see that what occurs in Lebanon, in the U.S. What's it called? It's getting close to how we feel about freedom of speech, and like how we get treated about freedom of speech. Like if we talk about the wrong group, like we can get beaten up for it.
That is, whoa, the way you the way you said it like that, you know what I mean? It really sounds like a mafia kind of like idea. Do the social media.
I'm not trying to say there's a mafia, but but in the US, like it's more of a verbal, and like what's it called? It could ruin your career if you if you say the wrong things to the wrong people.
No, definitely, yeah, and
you're asking.
No, I got you. Yeah, free speech. What else do you see? You want to know what else is going on in the States? I'll show you this. Something.
Yeah.
They're destroying statues in the States. I don't know if you've seen pictures.
Hey.
They like. You've seen them?
It was in the UK. Yeah, no, in the UK. I saw a video in Bristol. Yeah. They dropped a statue. I was talking to a friend in the UK
Yeah.
who's from the UK and lives there.
Uh-huh.
He told me like in Bristol they took down a statue there of a that celebrated the slave owner back in
Winston
the 1800s.
Churchill. Yeah, but I think it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like Churchill or something. No, it wasn't.
I think Churchill was covered up so that it doesn't get taken down.
Oh, I see. All right, basically, yeah.
And
Let me show you some of
he
these
told me
pictures. Hmm.
he told me an interesting fact about Winston Churchill was that, and it's something that you don't get taught about in history books in
Hmm.
school, is
Hmm.
that I'm not sure if he killed or what exactly did he do, but I heard something about like I guess he terrorized like 2.3 million Indians.
Oh, you're talking about, yeah. Yes, what happened in India? Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. It's so strange. I really don't know how to feel about the destroying of statues because on one hand it makes me feel like destroying anything typically doesn't provide any good, you know what I mean, other than like maybe making you less angry, right? My recommendation is and always will be is to how about you just create new statues of people you admire as opposed to demolishing like historical artifacts that do have sentimental, you know, meanings. Like, yes, okay, there are a lot of people who have statues that have done terrible things, right? But if you want to look at the context of things like happened thousands of years ago, you know what I mean? Like, the world was very different. As I'm sorry if someone was an LGBTQ pro friendly, 1,000 years ago. It's just that just okay, it's just history. I'm sorry you're mad at history, right? Why not just build something new statues, new people? You know what I mean? And your new heroes. And I'll take, like anywhere around the globe, I'm very anti destruction. I'm very anti violence. And I know people will be like, but Gandhi couldn't do anything. Gandhi's got, the letter Gandhi sent to Hitler. Gandhi sent a letter to Hitler. He was like, please, it's up to you to stop killing all these people. And Hitler was like, a nice letter. He throws it in the fire. But it's like, it's not like that. It's just that people learn through imitation, right? So if like you're gonna be violent to us and then we're gonna be violent to you, it's just gonna lead to more violence, obviously, right? And we don't need more violence. We need more unity at this time. The way you create unity is by creating art that I feel like one of the best things for
Look,
people to spread awareness is to like I'm imagining if like I was in the country right here in the United States, like in a Republican place, like I would not maybe really connect with the Black Lives Matter movement, but I could connect to like Dave Chappelle. You know what I mean? Like as an artist making comedy, or I can connect to like a musician like Kanye West, right? Who's making art, and like you're like, oh, now I can understand the Black experience because of this art. But if you're gonna just shout at me, get it, 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 or and destroy the things I love, that's just gonna make me angry and less want to listen to you.
so you're talking basically in the position of the people who, for example, admire these statues or whose stores are getting destroyed and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're so basically how white people are experiencing this protest in a
White
way.
people. Yeah, I mean, but also it's like it's very interesting you say just white people. It's not just white people, right? I'm Arab, first of all. Right? And I can when I want to go to the supermarket and I want to pick up, I know I'm technically white, right? But it's like I'm not American. I was not my ancestors weren't here. I'm not a, you know what I mean? It's just that when I went to, yes, I have white privilege, I guess. When I went to the supermarket to get my, meal for the day, it was raided and looted, right? And like I just wanted, and yes, it's uncomfortable, whatever for me, but it's like the store owner, I know that person. I've talked to them. They're like a business owner and they got hurt by this big time. You know what I mean? Yeah. And like insurance, people have insurance. I'm like, do you know how long insurance takes to come? Like, like I feel like people who destroy things, destroy businesses, especially, have never had to like work in a business or ever have to run their own business, because they don't know the value of creating something and sharing it. It's more than just like a piece of property. It's someone's career. It's someone's life. A shoesmith. If a guy is selling shoes, right, in like a store, and you go and like destroy his place and steal all his shoes, okay, you're going against whatever the system. Okay, but that guy, the poor store owner, right, he's lost all his like inventory. right?
So you're talking about small businesses specifically.
Do small, I mean, yeah, especially small businesses that are already hurting bad enough because of COVID. And now you're going to come and like smash
Look,
and destroy them because of,
I
I
completely
know, I'm
agree.
very anti that. I'm just putting it out there. Yeah.
Yeah, just say my point. I
Mm,
completely agree with you on this matter, but I guess the thing is, I don't know if we can say we can relate to the Black Lives Matter movement because, like, for example, we're Arabs and we kind of have our own our own issues in a way.
yeah.
And at the same time, um, what was my point? Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if we can relate to them, but at the same time, like, I understand why they're doing it because they want drastic change. They're taking drastic measures so that they can have some what's it called? They can have a result that occurs now. They don't want something that will take time
Hmm.
because they've already tried
I
that,
get what you're trying to say. Hmm.
and it's taking too long. They want
Hmm.
something that happens is going to happen like right now, which is
Hmm.
what we're doing technically through our revolution.
Hmm.
And it's understandable. It's 100% understandable because
Hmm.
of because of how they've lived their lives. And the problem is, it doesn't only exist in the U.S. The racism towards black people doesn't only occur in the U.S. It occurs all around the world.
Hmm.
And it's just it's disheartening that people can think this way. But it is true when you said, for example, like we can shouting
Yeah.
at people and telling them not to do this or like listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. It's not gonna help. But if you, for example, if you talk to them in a in a reasonable way,
Hmm.
if you teach them about it in a better way, it would help. And the main thing that I would say is good that can help change this way of thinking is through the education system.
Hmm.
No offense, but
200%.
us has a very very weak uh, uh, education system,
Hmm.
especially in public schools.
Hmm.
I mean, there's
And like poor communities, especially, which also
yeah,
adds up to this, yeah, which is mostly, minorities and whatnot. Yes, I no, I agree. I can understand. I can't.
schools
You're
where
cutting off. Hmm.
like not even the minorities, like even the public schools that white people go to. I mean, this also influences their
That's
way of
true.
thought.
That is true.
They're not
Hmm.
taught properly by their parents or their schools on how to react to such matters in a proper way, then of
Hmm.
course this is how they're going to turn out. They're going to
No.
have a conditioned mentality on what they should think about
Hmm.
or about black people.
Hmm.
And there's this person, I forgot her name, but she's kind of short. She's an old woman, uh, white hair. She used to she does some social experiments. I saw a few of her videos. I don't know if you can find that one.
I
When I,
old woman, white hair, short woman.
uh,
Hmm.
I forgot her name, but she did like these social experiments on white people specifically. I saw one of her experiments. She did it on like third graders, where she divided the class where the people who had blue eyes and the people who had brown eyes. At first, she let the people with brown eyes be discriminated for a whole day, so that they wouldn't have extra time in recess. They wouldn't be have extra food during the lunchtime. So like the people with blue eyes would have more food, and and then she started seeing that the people with blue eyes, the kids, they're literally kids, they're third graders, started reacting differently to their friends, their
Hmm.
classmates, just because of how they were
Seated. Hmm.
the, how they were like labeled and positioned just because of their eye color. What she did the next day was she switched positions. She literally switched positions,
Hmm.
and uh, and the reaction, the people with brown eyes became like I didn't. She didn't. They didn't really mention how they started reacting towards the people with blue eyes. But for example, she did like regular classwork with the children. The people with blue eyes on the first day when they felt like they were better and at a higher level, they did they performed at a higher level academically than the next day when they were being discriminated.
Obviously. Hmm. I mean, it's all to do with like self-esteem and confidence. and like how much you value yourself. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And this all like factors in.
Mm-hmm.
And this is and then they say that, for example, what's it called? Black people are lazy and they're all unemployed and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people who are the people who are gonna get bullied and harassed and discriminated. Of course, they're gonna be they're gonna seem like they act that way because they feel like it's out of their hands.
I feel like I can, so I can understand, and I can empathize with like someone who does destroy a store, right? Because I can understand like how through their upbringing, right, things like maybe they didn't really have like, I don't know, maybe they think that's the right thing to do based on their like their whole perception of the world, right? I can
Look, I think
understand it. I can't justify it. That's the different side. I can't like, people are like, you can't blame them. You can't blame people for reacting to violence with violence. Yes, you can blame people. And I think you need to hold people accountable for like destroying things, because um it's like, yes, I can understand a murderer for murdering people, right? You can like be like, yes, but I don't know, give me any serial killer, right? Ted Bundy, yeah, yes, Ted Bundy, he was like touched as a kid, and then like maybe he like, his mother didn't love him, and so he was emotionally cold, and he just was like, when he was 12, he like accidentally killed a chicken, and then he liked killing things, and then he liked killing people, and you can be like, you can't blame him. Yes, you know what I mean? That's why we have virtues, right? That's why we have laws. That's why we have whatever, God, right? To make it like, there are things that are right and there are things that are wrong. And stealing and destroying things and hurting innocent people's lives are wrong. And that's just, you know what I
but
mean? Hmm.
what you just mentioned was basically, okay, there are laws. You said there are laws and there are virtues,
Hmm.
but these are things that are supposed to enforce being being a part of a society and like staying within the limits. But who teaches you these things if it's not your parents and if it's not your the people around you?
And that's the
For you gave the
problem. Yeah,
example
it's education.
of Ted Bundy. Okay, so like you said, maybe okay, kill the chicken, whatever, and his mom didn't give him, didn't love him and stuff like that. Well, that's how it starts. You know, that's the foundation of a person as he's growing up. Because if he doesn't have that foundation of being a respectful person living in society that can list that can accept responsibility, which is this is one of the most important things. So you're saying that we can't hold them accountable. Well, people who don't know how to be held accountable, of course they're going to act that way when you do hold them responsible for their
Hmm.
actions, you know. Like if
Yeah.
they weren't taught accountability growing up,
Hmm.
taught accountability
Hmm.
growing up, then for sure this is how
And
they're going to
respect.
react.
Hmm. No, yeah, I know, like, I know, I can understand it. And I think with something like this, it's like, goes like, maybe instead of, again, maybe instead of destroying things, you start building things, and then and educating, you know what I mean, people, instead of, and I get, one of the things I love about this whole thing is that people are sharing like resources of like books written by black people or movies made by black people. And I think that's, I don't think that's a, I think that's a good thing, because it is good to get different perspectives. I mean, obviously, right? If you're watching the same thing or reading the same thing 100
Exactly.
times, but at the same time, flip the page, right, and start looking at other people's point of views, and like, maybe why, maybe you can understand why someone might be pissed off if you destroy um a statue with some of some sentimentality to them, like something from their community, of their ancestors, right?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, the
Hmm.
thing is, like, you were mentioning emotions now as you were talking about sharing and building and stuff like that. You can't build out of anger because then you'll just hate what you build.
That's true.
And
Hmm.
and the people who are sharing the books and knowledge and culture about black people, these are the people who are, I feel like these are the people who are okay, are more in control and know about accountability
Hmm.
and know that they shouldn't be angry in a physical sense. Okay, you can be angry emotionally, but don't just like throw it out and on other people. Don't project it,
Hmm.
which is what a lot of the writers are doing. They're projecting their anger.
Hmm.
I mean, some of the people you see rioting are not even, they're white people. Some of them are white people. I mean, What's that? What's that all about?
Yeah, I saw this video of like this one, like two white women spray painting Black Lives Matter on the wall, and two black women were there. They were like, "Hey, what are you doing? Don't do that. They're gonna people are gonna think that's us, but it's not us. It's white people doing it. Don't spray, don't riot, don't loot if you don't. You know what I mean? That's part of the problem. Yeah, that is another part of the problem. Is that another part of the problem is that there are multiple factors. It's not just Black Lives Matter right now. You do have people are like talking about Antifa. What are Antifa? A bunch of like anarchist socialists who really don't like who think that entire foundation of capitalism, of having any kind of economy or money or police or government or land or anything, all of that doesn't matter, and you can just do whatever you want. And they see people protesting and they're coming in and they're taking advantage, gangs and whatnot. And so it's very complicated, and I feel like the problem is on both sides is very complicated, right? Like you have some, yes, you have some KKK on like conservative sides, but the vast majority of conservatives, Republicans, are like human beings, decent human beings who saw the killing of George Floyd and saw that it was a bad thing, right? That a corrupt cop killed a human being and innocently, we didn't do anything, and it was on video. It was very bad, and so why can't we just agree on that? Is what I'm trying to say. Find love, not hate. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Saeed, this was a long episode. Me and you. Is there anything you want to say? Yeah, we should wrap it up probably. Is there anything you want to say
Yeah.
before? Mm-hmm.
Mm, I guess people should just become more educated about things. If
Mm-hmm.
not by through school or anything like that. Like, do your own research.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, to stress on that fact, by doing your own research, if you ever hear anything as news-wise or from any kind of source, always fact check.
Fact check.
Always.
Check a different source. Check a different opinion. Check a different perspective. Not just your own over and over and
Exactly.
over again. Because that's dangerous to
That
what
too.
goes on in here.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Checking a different opinion as well helps you being able to like understand both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is why I mentioned also the part about what's it called, like understanding the Black Lives Matter movement and then on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So it helps. So just basically, when they say put yourselves in the other people's shoes, like literally do that and like learn how to accept both perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Sounds good, man. All right. Well, Saeed, thanks for coming on for the third time. I look forward to seeing you next week. This was
Thank you
good.
for
All right. Yeah, man. Saeed Jammal show. We'll get up and running soon.
Yep.
Word.
Getting
All right. Peace, man. All right. Let's go for it.